Rob Skinner, and this is the Rob Skinner podcast. What you put into your life will determine what comes out of it. And today we're talking about how the wrong fuel can quietly destroy your spiritual power. All this and more on the Rob Skinner podcast. Welcome back to the Rob Skinner podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. When I was in college, I went to visit my girlfriend who was going to school at Chico State University in Northern California. Her best friend had a boyfriend named Roy, and he had restored this 68 Camaro RS, and it was awesome. I mean, it was really a sweet ride. It had just so much power. He had opened up the hood. And I was like, wow, he had really put a lot of work into it. Beautiful, loud, powerful. The kind of just makes you feel something. You just go, this is awesome. And he asked me, do you want to see what it can do? I like, how can I resist? I'm like, yeah. Like a fool, I said yes. And so he drives me out. And if you know Chico, Chico is loaded with orchards. It's the Central Valley, Upper Sacramento Valley, um, just south of Redding, California. Beautiful, loaded with orchards on both sides. And he revs up the engine and he just takes off down this country road. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And we are flying down the country roads. And I was absolutely terrified, but I was trying not to show it. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this is cool, dude." And then suddenly, the car starts to stutter, then sputter, and then it just slows down and finally just died and goes off the side of the road, and there we are stuck out in the middle of the orchard just going nowhere. And so after a lot of frustration and swearing and checking under the hood, eventually getting it towed, we found out what happened. He put bad gas into the tank. So right before picking me up, he had stopped off at some off-brand gas station and the fuel was impure. It fouled the engine and killed its performance. So he hit the gas, but then all of a sudden something got fouled up and he just died. I'll be honest, I've never been happier for a car breakdown in my life, for an engine to fail. I was so fired up. I'm like, oh God, thank you for giving me it. I wasn't religious at the time. I'm like, thank you, Lord. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So grateful. But here's the lesson. What you put into the tank determines how the engine performs. The same is absolutely true for your life. Let's look at what Paul says in 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5. The goal of this command is love, which comes from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith. This is powerful. I want you to just kind of focus in here with me. God is not just trying to make you religious. He's not trying to make you busy. He's not trying to make you impressive. The goal is love. He wants you to be a loving person, to be the kind of person who thinks, speaks, and acts like Jesus. I mean, isn't that what you want? Absolutely. You wouldn't be listening this far into it unless that's what you really wanted. But the real issue is your fuel source. Here's the problem. You can't produce godly love if you're running on polluted fuel. Paul says love comes from three sources: a pure heart. What are you letting into your heart? Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. A pure heart doesn't happen accidentally, it's protected intentionally, it's guarded over. Secondly, a good conscience. That means you're living in alignment with what you know is right. You're not ignoring conviction. You're not hardening your heart. You're not compromising quietly. You are really working hard to stay right in your conscience. When your conscience is dirty, your love becomes distorted. I bought this old Volkswagen and in the summer of '83, right after I graduated, and it was awesome. and I got put a brand new engine in it because I'd blown the engine after I bought it, like, a week afterwards, and I was driving, and guess what? Same thing happened as that big power car. It just died on the way to college. I was going to school at the university, or not a university, Sierra College, junior college. Called the mechanic, and he wasn't happy that I called him, but the gas tank was full of a bunch of junk, and so the fuel filter got totally gummed up, and I mean, it wasn't a very powerful car, but that's all it took. When your conscience is dirty, your love becomes totally distorted. Third thing he talks about is a sincere faith. It's not fake, it's not performative, you're not going through the motions. It's a real trust in God, a real dependence on Him. You really believe God is there powering you. So here's the question: what are you putting into your tank? Because today we are surrounded by bad gas stations. We're surrounded by polluted fuel. Social media that breeds comparison and insecurity, content that's sexualized and addictive, coarse language that dulls your heart, news designed to make you angry and afraid. You can't consume these things consistently and expect to produce Christ like love. It's just not possible. It doesn't work. Just like that Camaro, you can look powerful, but break down under pressure. If you want to become a 10x Christian, a multiplying Christian, a person who's giving back to Jesus 10 times what he gave you, a person who lives that no regrets life that I talk about quite often, you need to ask yourself, what am I feeding my heart daily? What needs to be removed? What needs to be replaced? Because when you change the fuel, you change the outcome. Today, make a decision. Clear out your intake, guard your heart, feed your faith, and watch what God does in your life. Thanks for listening. Here's how you can help support the program. First, sign up for my weekly newsletter. I want to keep in better touch with 10x Christians like you. You can do that on my website at robskinner.com. Secondly, read and review my latest book, The 10x Christian. You can find that on my website, or you can go to amazon.com. And that helps people to find the book when you write the review, because my goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.